Proudly, powerfully, and surrounded by fortified walls, the Convento de Christo Monastery rises above the town of Tomar, north of Lisbon. Beyond the near impenetrable fortification was the Portuguese branch of the Order of the Knights Templar. However, at the beginning of the 14th century, the Pope ordered it to be disbanded. The Templar Knights were replaced by the Knights of Christ. Nevertheless, the old fortified walls of the castle date back to the 12th century. The layout and decoration of the Convento de Christo and its church contain the numerous architectural styles and works of art of various periods. The Knights of Christ contributed to the final expulsion of the Moorish conquerors, the liberation of the country, and the creation of the Portuguese monarchy. The stabilization of power soon led to the rise of Portugal as an influential nation of seafarers and explorers. During the 15th century, the Knights of Christ, who were based in Tomar, played a significant role in the country's development. Henry the Navigator was one of the governors and administrators of the order. During his term of office, the original prayer chapel was extended. Today, the monastery's buildings are splendid examples of manualistic design, an artistic form with an abundance of decorative elements. From 1529, the Convent of the Knights of Christ developed to the prominence it enjoys today. The ancient circular building, the Charola, was decorated with the jewellery of the 16th century. It was originally inspired by Romanic-Byzantine style that dates back to the days of the Knights Templar. It is most likely that the architect Diogo de Arruda transformed the Charola into the richly decorated choir area of the enlarged church. Eight side altars are situated in this part of the church. They were decorated with glorious paintings, only two of which have survived to the present day. Other valuable paintings, such as those by Simão de Abreu, were destroyed or stolen during the first half of the 19th century. circular window and 4 further large windows illuminate the interior of the choir area. That, as well as much of the interior, is influenced by Gothic design. This beautiful and mighty choir stall was a gift from King Manuel I. However, after the invasion of the French at the beginning of the 19th century, the original choir stall was completely destroyed. In order to show a connection between the Manuelistic church and the monks' dormitory, plans to build this cloister were made in 1533. The cloister was designed by João de Castilho and Diogo de Torralva. Its entrance was richly decorated in Renaissance style. Work in this section of the convent continued until the 18th century, thus resulting in a variety of building styles. It seems that one cloister was not sufficient for the monks. The Convento de Christo has a total of 4. One of them, the Hospederia cloister, was built in the middle of the 16th century solely for the convent's most revered guests. Even today, the former power of the Knights of Christ is reflected in the magnificent architecture and artistic stonemasonry within the walls of the convent. It was only at the beginning of the 18th century, after the onset of liberalism and a change in the Portuguese government, that the convent slowly began to lose its importance. In 1834, the Order of Christ totally disintegrated, and the Tomar convent was closed down. In subsequent years, the buildings were used for non-religious purposes. However, today, the convent is the largest tourist attraction in Tomar. The Convento de Christo, even to the present day, is full of both historical and religious appeal.